Hi, this is Sarah Noah Block, CEO and Head of Marketing Strategy for Tiny Marketing, and this is our weekly show where we give you actionable advice that you can implement today. This week, we have a special guest, Steve Feld, who will be teaching us how to simplify business growth. I am adding him to the screen now. Hi, Steve.
Hello, Sarah.
How are you today?
Excellent. And yourself?
Good. I am awesome. It's Friday.
Yes.
Can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes, love to. My name is Steve Feld. A lot of people call me Biz Coach Steve. And I've owned and operated 6 different businesses and ran 3 others. And nowadays, business owners hire me to reveal hidden annualized revenue within their business. And it's because most of them are just, lacking solid marketing strategies, internal systems to drive the profits. And they're just struggling with, that sustainable revenue. So I help them skyrocket predictable profits through clarity of message, mission, and management by simply implementing strategic systems and processes to gain that competitive edge over their competition for long-term success. And bottom line is, in like 45 minutes, we can usually find a business owner $50,000 over $100,000 in hidden annualized revenue.
Hello. So,
Yeah.
question, what type of business owner do you usually work with?
It has been phenomenal because I don't have a single industry in my niche. It is just business owners, but most of the business owners we see are anywhere from about $250,000 to about 10 million, right in that range. So the 250,000 to about five million is what we see the most of. But we also have programs set up for solopreneurs, startups. We do have sources and resources for them because we want to see them grow as well.
Mm-hmm. So are they usually fairly established, or do you ever work with newbies that are like, I want to own my own business, but I don't know exactly how to make that work?
Yeah, most of them, they already have a focus or they have an idea. It's already been started. The one-on-one coaching clients that we have, they've been in business for a little bit of time. Maybe they've stalled, plateaued, just not getting the results they want. And they need that extra oomph. And then we also have the solopreneurs that have been doing it for probably, anywhere from 6 months to a couple of years and just hasn't gotten any traction going. So we definitely can help them as well.
Yeah, I can see that a lot of people start off freelancing on the side and want to build it into an actual business, but sometimes they need that guidance.
That's it. They're great at their craft, their skill, their knowledge base is right there, but they just need that extra oomph and knowledge how to grow their business and be a business owner.
Mm-hmm. So when you're working with these business owners, how do you help them figure out who their ideal customer is?
Yeah, one of the big things, I've seen businesses that have been in business for almost a decade and they still don't know who their target market is, which was astounding because it's been by luck. So the
Yeah.
first thing is, who has been buying your products and services in the past, or who has been interested in them? And we kind of go reverse engineer it. Then we're figuring out, like, what are their problems and how are you solving them? And it was astounding. On some businesses, they said our market is, ABC people. And when we started really looking at the problems that they're solving, it's like, no, you're talking to XYZ people. Your message isn't resonating with your tribe, your crowd, your target market. So we need to change that and change your focus, because you're actually focusing on one market, but you're talking to another. So we got to get them aligned.
That makes a lot of sense. Like when I first started building my business, I thought I would be working with one person marketing departments because that is the world I came from, is being that person and helping and guiding them. But then as it turned out, my audience ended up being people with no marketing, like businesses with no marketing department. And they needed guidance from that standpoint. And it completely changed. It changed everything, realizing who my people actually were.
Oh, it's like you don't know it. It's like the skies open up and the ray of sunshine comes down on you, and you're like, you hear the angels singing. You're like, what happened? It's kind of one of those moments.
It's a complete switch when you're like, these are the people who actually need me, and
Yeah.
I know how to talk to them, how to reach them, because you actually, pay attention to who you're serving better.
That's it. Yeah.
So, what is the best method for growing a business that has stalled out?
And one of the first things what we see is, well, we're going to take a look at your marketing. Why did it stall out? So a lot of times it's their message, because I hear this a lot. It's like Facebook ads don't work. This ad doesn't work. I've tried everything. Well, if you tried everything just by nature alone and Murphy, something would have hit just by luck. That's just the way life is. But what it is, it's your message. It's not resonating with your true target market. So they have problems, you have a solution, you're just not in alignment. So a lot of times businesses are growing, so they're serving one market, but they don't realize that their market, their customers have evolved and they're still staying right where they were. We always hear this, and I know you've heard this, the death phrase of all businesses, we've always done it like that.
Yes, you're right. I have heard that.
Once I hear that, it's like there's the final nail in your own coffin, because that means you're not evolving with your market, your trends. And I think we saw that last year. A lot of businesses stayed exactly what they were doing and they're gone now. But the businesses who decided, I got to open up my blinders and pivot, move, and market and change and shift, they're doing okay right now. A lot of them had a blip, but now they're doing very, very well.
Yeah, I can see that. I know quite a few businesses that really they were just stumped at how to evolve if they were really hands-on and in person, and then all of a sudden, or they were getting the majority of their leads through networking events,
Right.
meeting people in person, and then they had to shift their mindset really quickly, and that can be jarring, to say the least.
Yeah.
So did you see that your business grew a lot during COVID as people were trying to adjust to that?
Yeah. March, April, May was definitely hands down, all hands on deck. Phone was ringing. People were just freaking out, which justifiably so.
We were all
But they
freaked
just didn't. Yeah. And meanwhile, I've been going virtual for years, so that was an easy nothing to me to shift. So that was a real easy pivot. I do miss the coffee meetings. So I do miss those in person.
Humans. I'm working in my basement right now. I miss humans.
Exactly. Virtual coffee is a thing. But then I noticed it was like there was business owners at the beginning of the pandemic who, there was two kinds: the ostriches who put their head in the sand, said this is going to blow over, it's going to be done in 3 months, everything's going to be okay. They're now gone. They're bankrupt, they're gone, they've lost their house, their marriage, everything else, unfortunately. Then you had the other ones who were running around like a chicken with their head cut off, just I just need some help, what do I do? Those are the ones who we were able to help, and those are the businesses who are just crushing it right now, because they pivoted and moved their business model and adjusted, and also found new markets, reduce costs, reduce labor. They got rid of some of the toxic employees. They made changes in their business and they got now systems and processes in place for anything that could come up in the future. They know how to handle it.
Yeah, it was quite a year where people were able to either fall apart or build their business and really set up the systems to be able to do it right. And it's amazing how much money you can save when you don't have the overhead of a building.
Right. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I had a tattoo artist in April freaking out because they're shut down. They can't get anyone near their building. Well, he just now in the last month started opening up with limited capacity, just in the last month. So he survived this whole year with not one person taking a single step in his store, because we pivoted and shifted how he did business. And
So,
he's booked out now until August, he said.
so I'm curious, how did you do that? Give me an example of how you were able to have this really hands-on business shift in this climate.
Well, knowing what I know about tattoo artists, they travel with everything in a bag or a backpack. All their equipment, inks, all their safety precautions, everything's already with them. And they have a high level of safety, whether in store, no matter what. They go to conventions and all these things. So they are big into safety
Mm-hmm.
and everything else. So it's like, great. So now wear a face mask and a shield. Why are you not contacting your past customers, everyone in your database, saying you now have special slots? If you don't mind us coming to your house, we're going to bring the chair, the safety precautions. So we're going to do all that. Are you ready for another tattoo? So they started just calling down their lists and filling up their calendar. So they're mobile anyways.
Yeah,
And
that's
then next thing you know, they asked every single person while they're sitting in the chair, who else do you know who would like to get a tattoo during all this craziness? So the referrals blew up their calendar.
yes, this is something that a lot of people don't do. Ask for referrals. It makes
Yeah.
a huge difference. I was just cleaning up my pipeline before we jumped on our call, and I was just like adjusting and making sure that everything was accurate about where those leads came in from. And I was like, maybe 60-70% are referrals. And I don't ask for them. I need to start asking for them.
I know it's so hard, isn't it?
Yeah. You just don't think about
You
it.
don't think about it.
And the other person isn't thinking about it because, like
You didn't
everyone
ask.
in the world, yeah, you're thinking about yourself more than anyone else.
Exactly.
So it just doesn't come in. So one thing that we talked about through email while we were talking about having this conversation is joint partnerships, joint ventures. Can you tell me more about how you guide people on that and how people can get started with joint ventures?
Absolutely. I think it's one of the easiest ways to grow a business. And it's definitely the most cost effective because you need to pick up a phone and speak to someone.
Mm-hmm.
What we do is when we're talking to a business about joint ventures, we look at what we call an event chain. Everyone ahead of you that can bring customers to you, and everyone behind you that you can refer customers to. So now you know who's your downstream and your upstream potential partners. Then what we do is once we identify that, it's like, who do we reach out in which order? So let's say, a great, like for myself, is CPAs, because CPAs would be a great referral source coming in, but also I'm a great referral source for them as well. So they can be upstream and downstream from me. Now I just need to reach out to them. Now they can let their tribe know about me, and we can work out some kind of a partnership arrangement, a referral fee, whatever the case may be. This can work for anyone in any industry too. Think about who can refer business to you. Would you mind giving up 10, 15, even 20% of what you got in new business to that referral partner? And I
Mm-hmm.
think we'd all say yes, because that was business we'd never ever had before. So to
Mm-hmm.
give up 20%, it's like, here you go. And if they can get that residual income, they're going to keep referring business to you as long as you're doing what you say, promising to their clients as well. But the same thing too, if you refer someone to another person in your upstream, it's like, and they gave you 10, 15, 20%, that's great passive income for you. Wouldn't you do it? Yeah. So it's a way to grow your business through incoming referrals and outgoing referrals. And I think it's one of the best things. I love some of my JV partners because we actually have promotions on each other at different times of the year. So we're not constantly, talking to our tribe about, Joe Blow. It's
Yeah,
kind
that
of like,
makes sense. I was going to ask,
yeah.
how would you structure a relationship like that?
You can have like an offer a lot of times, like using one of my CPAs. So the CPA does this one workshop in the middle of summer, and
Mm-hmm.
it's prepping you for your taxes for next year. Well, that's a great thing because they're slower. He can actually calm down and answer questions in a live environment. Could be live. Well, last year was virtual, but then bring people, my people, other people that he has into the room. We're all trying to help them with their tax situation. Here you have the expert on it, giving them strategies that they can put in their business right away. So I'll promote him in his workshop and bring more people to his workshop. And then at other times of the year, he'll do the same in my workshops.
Okay. So it's like a true partnership where it's involved in some sort of educational event, like a webinar or a workshop, not like you would think of a traditional affiliate program where it's, an email marketing series or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually just 3 emails to your certain number of people because it doesn't go to everyone. So you just pick out a select few because you only have so much capacity in that workshop. But you could do that throughout the year if it's just, say, if you have a database of 1,000 active people in your database and you're only sending out maybe 50 a month. So you're introducing 50 people to your joint venture and vice versa. So you're not hitting all your people all the time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's a little easier, excuse me, from the business point of view, taking it in small chunks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. So when someone is looking for help with their business, they've gone stale, how do they find that support?
Well, there's great people like myself out there because I'm a big believer in you should always have a mentor, a guidance, an advisor, a coach to help you because I'm Biz Coach Steve, and that's my website as well. So I'm always willing to help. I do have 6 other coaches underneath me, so we are all willing to help any business owner. But I'd say you also have to find the right person that you like, someone you're going to get along with. A good coach, a good mentor, a good advisor is going to give you that kick in the butt every now and then to get you back on track. They're not going to be a yes person and saying everything's fluffy and rainbows and unicorns. You got to get your butt in gear and get the help you need and have someone who has that experience, that knowledge, maybe those tools and resources to help you get unstuck. And we definitely have all those things.
Yeah. So there's no value in someone who's just going to tell you what you want to hear.
No.
Nothing's going to change in your business that way. Can you tell me more about your coaching program?
Yes, I have a couple different ones. So one I have I call them my solopreneurs, those startups. I call it my e-learning academy. So they have access in there 24/7, 365, but it gives them the tools, the resources they need to help get the knowledge in their business, including ad libraries. But we're giving them one task to do in their business a week because we're not overwhelming you. And if you actually implemented those tasks, your business will grow up. I mean, I've seen it. I have people in there. It's all do-it-yourselfers, and it's amazing the growth and transformation. And then we also have one-on-one clients where we meet one-on-one. We get really down in the dirty, and it gets where they want their business to be. So we get really, really rolling up our sleeves and getting in there with them. And then we also have a mastermind program for those like-minded people, which I've seen the transformation in there from all the business owners that are in the mastermind groups is just phenomenal. So we have a new one starting up on that. And then we also do group coaching as well, but we also have a workshop coming up for anyone.
Yes. Okay. So going back to the mastermind and the group coaching, I see an enormous amount of value in that because you get to network with that group. You probably are going to be throwing referrals to each other, and you just learn from each other and what problems the person is going through that you might be going through or you might in the future.
Yeah, because business owners think, woe is me, that I'm the only one who has this problem in the whole wide world, when it's not true. You got to think, business owners, we all have struggles, and who can you talk to? You need to have an outlet. So why not be in a room with like-minded people who are there to support and help and give you what they've been through? And I've seen some hugely successful individuals in those rooms, and all of a sudden they come up with the craziest problem. You think it's the craziest problem. Someone in the room's like, I've been through that 3 times. Let me tell you how I did it. And you're like, wow, the knowledge that you gain, but all this collective minds is just phenomenal. And that will really, really help not only your business, your personal life, like there is no tomorrow. They're phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm in a group coaching program with other agency owners, and it's like the only place where you can find your people that are going through the problems that you are, that and you think you're completely alone. There's so much value to that.
Yeah, they get you. That's how I always say it, because they've either experienced or about ready to experience, but they want to learn from it so they can try to make shifts in their business as well to avoid these kind of pitfalls, because they're coming, or how to avoid them in any kind of economic downturn.
Yeah. So you have a workshop coming up. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we do a monthly workshop. The next one is March 23rd at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time / Pacific Daylight Time, since I am in Arizona. And what we're doing is showing up anyone who attends. It's complimentary. 8 simple strategies that you can put in your business today. It's not a sales fest. It is a pure content workshop for 90 minutes. We give you a workbook. Let's find you some hidden revenue. You take the notes. How can you implement these things in your business? And we get down into the weeds of it, not just this high level fluffiness. And to register for that, you can go to BizCoachSteve, BIZ, CoachSteve.com/workshop.
All right. BizCoachSteve.com/workshop. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. Is there anything else you want to tell the audience?
Well, listen, if you are struggling or having just questions about business, we are always open to a 15-minute call. It's not a sales fest. How can we help you to get unstuck, or give you some guidance, some resources, anything we can do to help businesses right now? We are more than willing to help out with. So let us know.
Is this the right URL for your workshop?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Perfect.
Sign up for the workshop. That sounds tremendously valuable. Finding hidden revenue. I mean, I'll spend more money. I'm sure.
It's great. Just find it.
Thanks for joining me.
Great. Thank you very much. I hope everyone has a great day.
Yes. All right. Talk to you soon.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. For the majority of that call, I see that my mouth and my voice were not synced at all. So sorry. Thank you so much for joining me this week. It was a pleasure as always. And don't forget, we're live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter every Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time. And before you go, if you enjoyed this show, you'll want to do a couple of things. Sign up for a newsletter where you get first notice on these shows' jam-packed weekly newsletters that provide even more actionable tips. Go to sarahnoelblock.com/newsletter. Click like and comment on this video to promote it in your feeds, get more eyes on it, and subscribe or follow wherever you're watching this right now. Thank you so much for joining me. Mwah, 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 mwah.